Hello Wargamers. Today I want to share with you some general thoughts I have about the new Tau Hunter Contingent formation and the subformations contained within it. I already did a kind of basic intro to this formation in an earlier video, so if you want you can check that out first, and I actually recommend it. It's located in the link below. And yeah, if you want to keep up to date on the Hunter Contingent or anything else about the new Tau Codex, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be covering it extensively, for the foreseeable future. So go ahead and do that. And of course, let me know what you think about the Hunter Contingent formation or anything, I address in this video in the comments below. But yeah, if you're not familiar with the Hunter Contingent, it has some really cool special rules associated with it. And basically, the most important one is that it allows you to benefit from this coordinated firepower rule, which says whenever a unit from a Hunter Contingent selects a target in the shooting phase, any number of other units from the same detachment who can still shoot can add their firepower to the attack. These units must shoot the same target, resolving their shots as if they were a single unit. This includes the use of marker light abilities. When 3 or more units combine their firepower, the firing models add 1 to their ballistic skill. So right away, this has some really interesting implications, specifically that you're able to increase most units' ballistic skill from 3 to 4, making them much more effective, and then also a single marker light hit can benefit multiple units, thus reducing your need for marker lights. So that's great, but it also has really cool implications for how special rules can be shared between units. Specifically, I'm thinking about Tank Hunter and Monster Hunter in the case of the Buff Commander, because it only requires a single model in that unit to have that rule in order for all rules to be, or all models to have that. And so if you're firing as a single unit, that means that the Buff Commander can buff units other than the one he's actually attached to. And so that's pretty awesome. Similarly, the fire-based support cadre, which if that entire formation targets a single unit, gets Tank Hunter and Monster Hunter, that can be shared across other units that are firing at the same target. So you can really share special rules even more than you could before with this new formation, and that's really attractive. It also has a little bit of a downside in that you have to become well practiced with your army list in order to be able to effectively estimate how many units you want to clump together in order to take out a single target. Because if you overestimate the number of units that you need, you're going to be wasting shots. If you underestimate, you're going to be missing out on special rules that you could have had otherwise. And so in order to be effective with this formation, I think it's going to require some practice. But yeah, it's still definitely worth it. Another really cool interaction that occurred to me is the inclusion of Darkstrider in a list. And Darkstrider has been largely dismissed in the past, and I think that's probably a fair judgment of him. However, with this formation, if you take an ally CAD with Darkstrider and a couple Kroot, let's say, you can throw him into a unit of Fire Warriors that's contained within the Hunter Contingent, and he has a really cool special rule, and that special rule is his signature system, which is his structural analyzer. And it says when Darkstrider targets a non-vehicle enemy unit with a shooting attack, that unit suffers a -1 toughness against hits from that shooting attack. This applies to Darkstrider's entire unit's shooting attacks, not just his own. Use the target's modified toughness to determine if the target suffers instant death. This ability cannot be used when firing snapshots. So if you throw Darkstrider into a unit of Hunter Contingent Fire Warriors, and they shoot at, let's say, a unit of Necron Warriors, they are -1 toughness. But additionally, if you have a couple other units hop in on top of that, I think that they should benefit from the -1 toughness as well, since they're firing as a single unit, and this rule specifically applies to his unit. So you could apply a -1 toughness modifier against, let's say, a Thunderwolf Cav Death Star, and have your Riptides and your Broadsides hop in on top of your Fire Warriors and really bring the pain. So I think this is a really exciting way that you can introduce even more strength to your firepower in a Hunter Contingent CAD army list. So that is something that I am going to be trying to do. Basically, I am going to be taking a buff commander, a unit of crisis suits, a couple Riptides, one of which, along with 2 units of broadsides, will be my hunter or my fire-based support cadre. A handful of units of fire warriors, one of which will have to be maxed out in order to provide, ablative wounds for Darkstrider, and it's a unit of Pathfinders, and I think that's about it. So I mean, that's generally what I'm thinking about for army list moving forward. Of course, the trick is going to be keeping Darkstrider alive. He's only 3 wounds, toughness 3 with the 5-up save, so quite easy to kill. And so this is something that is not easily done. So basically, this might be a good application for the new Tidewall Rampart. It also would be a good application of a Bastion, is to keep Darkstrider alive and have him throwing out that -1 toughness modifier throughout the game. Could be very worth it. But even if he does die and he gets a single round off, he's probably still going to make his points back, I would guess. But that remains to be seen. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm thinking about for Army List, and I think it's a good starting off point, especially if I can get Darkstrider to work effectively in that list. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Darkstrider the new Tau secret weapon? If so, let me know your excitement. If not, let me know why. And of course, happy wargaming.